Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne. If you see videos of mine, I'm Matthew Robert Payne in my books and on my bank accounts and on my official ID. The Lord told me about before the beginning of the new year to change my name to Michael Benjamin Jacobson. Matthew Robert Payne means gift of God, shining one. Matthew means gift of God, shining one. Michael Benjamin means who is like God and son of my right hand of power. Right. So if I'm doing something that's really prophetic and powerful, it'll be coming through the Michael Benjamin Jacobson name. I changed my name 15 years ago by default. I'm officially Michael Benjamin Jacobson, but I never changed all my IDs. I'm not going through life and presenting myself as Michael Benjamin Jacobson to two people. I'm not presenting two official names. I'm still Matthew Robert Payne. I always will be, but the Michael Benjamin Jacobson is on social media. Please understand that. A lot of what I release is Michael Benjamin Jacobson, and if I'm speaking under that name, that's who I am. You're not going to like this video. At the end of this video, you're going to, a lot of you are going to be upset because I'm going to show some Illuminati hand signals that are no coincidence. First of all, I'm going to show a little short picture of hand signals. Then I'm going to let a friend of mine who I source in my other videos, but I'm going to play his old video, maybe stop and chat during his whole video. Then I'm going to put the source link of the videos that I use in this description tag underneath this video, and then Jeremiah Cohen, who's done heavy research into all these Illuminati and Masonic hand signs. I'm going to give you his channel. You can go out into his channel and look out at the 20 or 30 hand signs and the research and all the actors and presidents and prime ministers and all the musicians and everyone in power who's used these hand signs. When you get through your thorough research, you realize that what Trump was doing was no mistake, and it's not garbage. Trump was throwing up Illuminati hand signs, saying to the Illuminati that I'm yours and I'm bought, and I'll throw up these signs to prove it. So we're going to show some here. Right, so here we go. So this here is like a gang sign. I can't do it with my hands. I don't know how to do it, but this is a gang sign, right? But gangs will throw this up, but it's also Illuminati, right? I don't know. That looks like Steve Jobs of Apple, but I'm not sure who that is. This one here is AOK. Trump uses this heaps of times, and I'm forgiving him that. But if you do this one, that total Illuminati, that one's no coincidence. I was giving Trump the pass on that one, thinking that he was okay. I heard a lot of beautiful things about Trump from God, and I was sure God was into Trump. Well, he's into Trump about 2 days ago, and then I received this one here. This downward hand signal is one of the Illuminati. It's the opposite of the pyramid, but it's a pyramid downwards, right? That's a blatant Illuminati symbol. Only people in big power use that. So, Barack Obama's wife, the woman who interviews everyone, the black woman that interviews everyone, you know who she is, and Hillary Clinton and all big people in power use that sign. So I thought I'd share that with you. It looks like this video is just full of that, So I've just watched half of that video, and that's what's happening there. Then I'll go out of this video and I'll go into my friend's video. So I'll go subscriptions here. Now I'll show the damning video that my friend put on. Now, I've been watching this friend. I thought a lot of YouTube unsubscribes people, and I thought YouTube had unsubscribed him, and I haven't seen him for 5 months. It's because he hasn't posted for 5 months, and so
I can have my little cracker. I guess that's just
so he hasn't posted for 5 months,
over his people. He's got 10 people standing.
And then because he hasn't posted for 5 months, I thought he'd completely gone off my channel. This is one of his videos he just uploaded yesterday. This is on Donald Trump. So let's have a look at what Donald Trump actually says, and let's have a look at this, and I'll describe
everyone is
on hand signs.
Central casting.
What's that? So that's pure Illuminati, right? That there's no mistaking that one. That's I serve the Illuminati, right? That's the Pope saying I serve the Illuminati. That's the sports figure. That's the Beatles. That's Trump. Okay, so let's go. There's no question when you do research on my friend's website. There's no question that that was a full-on Trump Illuminati hand gesture, right?
Presbyterian, boy, that's down the middle of the road, folks. In all fairness, I mean, Seventh-day Adventist, I don't know about. 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17. That's the whole ball game.
But there's the Illuminati. So it wasn't Steve Jobs. I don't know who this person is. But that's Trump saying, I agree with that. I'm totally into this Illuminati hand signs.
I like to do the right thing where I don't have to actually ask for forgiveness when we go and...
I don't like to actually ask for forgiveness. I don't have to ask for forgiveness. What sort of Christian would say that?
Church, and when I drink my little wine, which is about the only...
That little drink my little wine was Illuminati too.
I drink and have my little cracker, I guess.
That's enough Illuminati. This one here, if you see my video, this one here is 666, 666, right? It's Illuminati sign saying we're behind the 666, one world government. So he's talking about drinking, having his little cracker. He's going 666.
That's a form of asking for forgiveness, and I do that as often as possible because I feel cleansed. Have my little cracker. Have my little cracker.
Right, so there's the Illuminati. There's another Illuminati sign. Put your hand over your eye. I don't think this has got it. There's Trump doing the 2 hands over the eye. There's another one doing it there, right? He's full of this, right? There's another Illuminati sign. It's a bloody secret. There he is on the front cover doing that, and it's no mistake to people who know.
I eat the cracker. If I do something wrong, I think I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture. I can understand.
I don't bring anything into that picture. When I do something wrong, I try and make it right. There's an Illuminati 666, 666, right?
The evangelicals, to a certain extent, saying, well, maybe he's not as nice as we want him to be, but they also want to see the country be great.
Why do you think those voters are drawn to you?
Well, I'm Protestant, I'm Presbyterian, which means something.
Protestant Presbyterian doesn't mean anything, right? He's been running one big con for 3 years.
You know, I said the other day, and it sort of played pretty well, that is my second, help her over here. Help her over here.
See that one, putting that in the chest there? That looks like he's going for his speech there. That's full on Illuminati. You do not do that by coincidence.
Give me that book. I said it the other night. My second favorite book of all time.
What's he doing there? He's doing full on Illuminati sign. And when you watch the source video, the guy who runs this video, and I'll put this video link under the description tag of this video, right? When you look at this Jeremiah Cohen and look at the signs, you'll see that sign is a major, major, major Illuminati and Masonic sign.
First favorite book, the Bible. The Bible.
That's another one. That sign there is another one. this Jeremiah Cohen, he's cut together this video. And he's just thrown all these Illuminati signs up that Donald Trump has done.
And it sort of played pretty well. I did try and fuck her. She was married. Oh, no, Nancy. Yeah. No, this was...
I don't know if this is an official picture. It's a picture on another video. If this is an official picture, that was really giving him up.
And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look. I got to use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet.
So this is the tape that was released. He's saying he's changed. People are saying he's changed. He's totally changed. Well, maybe he has, but he's totally full of Illuminati, you know. Hillary wasn't meant to get in, but now that he's in, apparently the big bad guys are Democrats. The last 30 or 40 years, every president, either side of politics, has been owned by the Illuminati. The biggest con was he wasn't. He didn't have money. He didn't have official donors. He made a big point of that. No one's donating me. No one runs my string. I run my own game. The whole fake media stuff, it seems like the media and the Democrats and everyone who's against Trump is playing this big game. This whole impeachment thing and this whole Russian supply, this whole thing has just been one con from start to finish.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab them by the pussy. What's my first favorite book? The Bible. 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians.
I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk...
But to me, that's very personal. The fact is, here he is, he's asked a question for 2 Bible verses, and he can't quote 2 Bible verses. Anyone who's grown up in the church, loves Jesus, would be able to quote 10. They might be able to quote the references. When he's asked for a Bible verse, he can't even quote one.
About the Bible is very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite.
This guy's really pushing him, and he's on the spot in a live interview. He's saying, don't push me, I don't want to talk about Bible verses. I don't want to get... I'm a very religious man, I really love Jesus, but don't ask me for a Bible verse because I haven't got a clue.
Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics. Pride goes before...
That's another one. Wink your eye, one of your eyes closed. They do that with this, they do it like that. That's hardcore Illuminati. But it's also a wink too, depending who's doing the wink.
Or destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Nobody knows the system better than me. Nobody knows politicians.
There's Illuminati, and no one knows the system like me. So I'm just the best of the best, and you haven't seen the best until you've seen me. Nobody knows politicians better than I do. No one knows Illuminati and how to play a backward game, saying I'm the only righteous president who's ever lived.
Better than I do. Nobody knows. Nobody's better. Nobody's stronger. There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am. I love the First Amendment. Nobody loves it better than me. Nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
Right. I would say I love the Bible better than he does. I would say that Billy Graham liked the Bible a lot better than him. I'd say Billy Graham was the president, was the evangelist, the president. I think Billy Graham would have something to say about this.
Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17. That's the whole ballgame. There is nobody that respects women more than I do.
Right. So someone who respects women more than I do. If a woman wants to come out at him, he'll call her all sorts of terrible names. And so do I. There's a video I've uploaded with the F word going crazy. People would say, how could you do that? Well, that's a transition point. That's saying, hey, if you don't believe in me with my 55 books and 21 videos, if you think I'm just a foolish fat man that doesn't have a clue, well, let this video full of F words turn you away forever. I'm not interested in any followers, but from this point on, I'm not going to play any Christian game. I'm not going to conform to any sort of understanding of who I'm meant to be.
Her like a bitch. Nobody builds walls better than me. But in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump. Nobody knows that better than me. Nobody even understands it but me. Nobody can do it like me. Which is why I alone can fix it.
So he set himself up as, I'm the most important person in the world.
I have Ivy League education, smart guy. I know words. I have the best words. I mean, like, I'm a smart person. It's this. It's not my salesmanship. It's what? This. You know what that is? It's the brain power. I'm getting thousands
Right? You might find that that very sign is another Illuminati sign.
of letters and tweets that I was right about the whole situation. I mean, I've been right about a lot of things, frankly. I should be a newscaster because I called it before the news. I watch this stuff. You know, I'm like a guy with vision. I have an instinct for this kind of thing. I'm good at war. I've had a lot of wars of my own. I'm really good at war. In my book, I predicted terrorism. It's a rigged system. I think I've done a great service by pointing this out.
It's a rigged system. I'm part of the rigged system. I'm part of the great con that we pulled on America.
One that really broke the glass.
Right, I'm really Hillary Clinton. Right, I really did what Hillary Clinton was going to do, break the glass ceiling on women. It was really me. We didn't need Hillary. We've got me.
On behalf of women, I think I'm doing the military a great favor. Did a great job in Texas, a great job in Florida. I truly believe that the first 100 days of my administration has been just about the most successful in our country's history. It looked like a million and a half people. Thank you, everybody. What a crowd, what a turnout. I understand steaks. It's my favorite food, and these are the best.
Right, so he's a good salesman. Right, now, if you've been listening to me for years, you know Donald Trump and how good Donald Trump is in 30 of my books. Right, you go back to my 55 published books. It's everything about how good Donald Trump is and how God loves Donald Trump. And, you know, I'd have to edit 20 or 30 of my books and edit Donald Trump out of them to make them real. So if you're going to say I'm all down bad on Donald Trump and all down bad on the leader of the world and all down bad and I'm just a hater of Donald, you know, I wouldn't like to try and go to the expense it would take to edit the word Donald Trump out of my books, right? Anyone who's read the last 20 of my books, Donald Trump continues to be used as an illustration, a bastion of everything that's good. So there's no way I would come out against Donald Trump and say 20 good things about Donald. The same as Great Cloud of Witnesses, one of my books about 19 saints, 400-page book. I mentioned beautiful things about Kat Kerr and how wonderful Kat Kerr is. Then people question me years later, why are you slinging on Kat Kerr? I thought you thought Kat Kerr was. Kat Kerr was good. Now she's tremendously awesome and evil and bloody dangerous. And the same as Donald, but all through the last 20 books of mine, when I use a good illustration, I talk about Donald. And why would I do that if I was going to come out so bad against Donald now?
How am I doing? Okay, I'm president. Hey, I'm president. Do you believe it?
You brag that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that at all. I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it. I apologize to my family. I apologize to the American people. Certainly, I'm not proud of it. But this is locker room talk.
For the record, though, are you saying that what you said on that bus 11 years ago, that you did not actually kiss women without consent or grope women without consent?
I have great respect for women. Nobody has more respect.
So here we go. Now, was this part of the con? Well, this is you know, people who believed him there that he's truly repentant. Even if Hillary wasn't voted in, this is strengthening the support for Donald. These sort of answers, and we all believed this answer of Donald. Now it turns out that Hillary was Illuminati, so was Donald. And we're watching one sort of game say, well, pick whoever you like. You've got us Illuminati backing you. So these sort of questions, even putting him on the spot and having him supply answers through the middle of that, this is all Illuminati planned from both sides.
So for the record, you're saying you never did that?
Things that, frankly, you hear these things are said, and I was embarrassed by it, but I have tremendous respect for women.
Have you ever done those things?
Have respect for me, and I will tell you, no, I have not. Look, I hate to do it.
So he has done that. He was bragging about that. That's a total lie. Have you ever done those things? Yes, I have. I'm saying that in locker room talk. Locker room talk isn't just two people speaking bullshit. Locker room talk is when 2 or 3 males are together talking what's real, you know. If you want to talk about what a person's wife's vagina looks like, or what her breasts look like, or what her backside looks like, if 2 guys are together and they're talking frankly about their wife and what looks better and what's good and what's good, 2 guys, 2 married guys, 2 guys who respect each other in the locker room, they'll say those sort of things. It's not meant to come out in public, I agree, but you don't say bullshit in there either.
But I will do it. I would give myself an A+. Is that enough? Can I go higher? I can be the most presidential person ever. We had the biggest audience in the history of inaugural speeches. The labor leaders that came out, one of them said it was the single greatest meeting I've ever had with anybody. It's the highlight of my life. Here's a picture of the crowd. Now, the audience was the biggest ever. That speech was a home run. It was the biggest standing ovation since Peyton Manning had won the Super Bowl. And they said it was equal. One thing this shows is how far over they go. Here, look how far this is. This goes all the way down here, all the way. They said it was one of the great speeches. They showed the people applauding and screaming. I've had a wonderful life and wonderful success. People loved it. They loved it. They gave me a standing ovation for a long period of time. When you look
So he loves himself, doesn't he? And it's a whole different ball game to be able to watch this postscript. Now, this isn't going to be popular. I know my channel isn't popular. I know the people who run the YouTube algorithm, they're not going to make this popular. But in years to come, and I feel millions of people are going to know me, in years to come, they'll see this years ago, and they'll say, how the hell did he pick this?
tremendous
Just remember, the person who made this video picked this, and I was just one of the subscribers of this channel.
I call it a sea of love. I eat the cracker. Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
Right? So now he's talking about a reporter. I've seen a whole video about this where he wasn't really talking about that reporter, and someone went for half an hour saying they're all charging him for something he didn't do. Here it is again. This guy saying it wasn't garbage. It was about a specific reporter who's mentally challenged and makes those sort of problems.
It's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said. This is 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
That reporter he is talking about is Serge Kovaleski, who now works for the New York Times. As you can see right there, he suffers from a chronic condition that impairs movement of his arms.
Principalities cannot control this man because he surrounds himself with Christians.
Okay. You know, I love Christian spiritual warfare people. Principalities can't control. You know, I got a friend who just was attacked yesterday, Orty, by someone who's being controlled by a principality. Principality is no big deal. It's just an angel over a city or an angel of authority. On Satan's side, I wouldn't trust any. If this is Paula White, I don't know who this is. Christians are messed up when it comes to spiritual warfare.
He is a Christian.
Such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light.
Okay, so he's quoting Paul, the Apostle Paul. I've met Jesus a few times, and it wasn't Jesus. In a vision, I've seen Jesus and met Michael the Archangel in visions, especially Jesus. And what he said and what he did proved not to be true. It was the angel of light. So I've met the angel of light. I'm quite not proud of it, but I'm not scared of it either. Apostle Paul said anyone can be anyone, and they can be really wicked. They can even appear as Jesus Christ and not be Jesus Christ like the angel of light.
Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works.
So right now, let every demonic network that has aligned itself against the purpose, against the calling of President Trump, let it be broken, let it be torn down in the name of Jesus.
Let a woman learn in silence with all submission. And I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man, but to be in silence. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, fell into transgression.
We begin to deal with things. We deal.
Okay, so I think this, I think she's too young for Paula White, but whoever she is, she's coming out strong in defense of Trump.
Every demonic attack against him, against his mantle, against his purpose, against his position, as he stands in position as president. We declare every demonic network to be scattered right now. We declare.
Do you know that you have no effect on demonic saying things like that? You want to have effect on demonic, you get busy with the angels over a city, angels over a country. If you want to take on the demonic, you don't shut them down with a prayer like that. You get the prayer, you get the angel over the city or the angel over the country to shut it down themselves. You don't talk to the demonic. When Satan talks to you back and forth, you don't say, "Get behind me, Satan," or "Shut up, Satan." You just get out of the conversation. You just don't listen to him anymore. You shut him down. I've had Satan talk to me hundreds of times, and he can be talking, I just shut him down mid-sentence. I don't even listen to what he has to say. You want a dialogue with Satan or a demon, or think you can control or tell demons what to do, I think you're messed up.
Right now, that there is a hedge of protection over our president first.
There's a hedge of protection over him because he's Illuminati backed and controlled.
Every assignment, the purpose they carry in the mantle, and the Supreme Court justices.
As though a blimmin' demonic entity would carry a mantle. A mantle is an authority of God and a covering of God and authority in the position ordained by God. No demonic entity would ever carry a mantle, so you don't have to pray against a mantle. You're praying against his authority in Satan, not a blimmin' Christian mantle.
We get two more. Come on, if we get two more. And right now, I know right now, we are scaring the literal hell out of demonic spirits by me saying this right now.
And I do not permit a woman to teach.
I now come into a priestly anointing. So I now can...
Say that again.
Say that again.
Get it.
I now come into a priestly anointing.
Jesus is not the only begotten Son of God. He is not. I'm a son of
He's
God.
the first fruit.
He's the first fruit. He's the first.
Okay, so this guy is sounding like he's from Satan. Here's the thing. Jesus was a son of God, but we're all sons of God if we obey God and go through the progression to be promoted into the place of a son of God. No use saying you're a priest or a king or a son's daughter. You can be a son of God. It takes a lot of work. And when you are a son of God, you have a tremendous authority coming through your voice and through what you say. I'm the son of God. I'm just a big, fat, mentally ill son of God.
Born of many. Jesus is not the only begotten Son of God. He is not.
When I go into the dry cleaner, that dry cleaning place becomes holy. I had every right and authority to declare the White House as holy ground because I was standing there, and where I stand is holy.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome. So you want to come to my place and clear my place out too, because my place is pretty messy and there's some unholy stuff in here.
Believe that the Godhead resides within oneself.
Most importantly, I brought my Bible. Okay?
Is Donald Trump basically the king of Israel? So that's how a radio host referred to the president today, and Trump quoted his remarks in a series of tweets this morning, the president thanking Wayne.
So here we go. Thank you to Wayne Allen Root for the very nice words. President Trump is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world, not just America. He's the best president for Israel in the history of the world, and the Jewish people in Israel love him.
Alan Root for calling him, quote, the greatest president for Jews and Israel, and also for saying that, quote, they love him, Trump, like he's the second coming of God.
Place yourself in the shoes of a Christian who decides.
See this symbol here? This is what you see on Gmail, right? This is Gmail symbol. This is Masonic lodge. This is a Masonic apron that you put on your around you like a apron, like a woman. But this Masonic symbol, that's the Gmail symbol. You'll see Google Gmail. That's what you open it up to. Gmail is totally demonic. So is nearly everything. But we'll see what he has to say here.
To retweet someone else having referred to them as the second coming of Christ.
So what are they doing here? Right? They're doing the same thing here. What are they doing there? They're doing exactly the same thing.
Else having
That's a
referred
Masonic handshake, right? And so Masonic handshake, Masons do this in private in their secret society. What Donald Trump and the leaders are doing here.
as the second coming of Christ.
There we go. There you go. This is the same Masonic. He's got a funny look on his face. They must be all laughing. That's a Masonic handshake. That's a secret agreement. We're all in agreement. We're all doing a number over our constituents.
Pointing out the absurdity of such a statement. Interesting times, folks.
There we go. There he is. He's got his little young girl. He's got his. I'm totally aligned with this guy.
I know, though.
There we go. There's the young Donald and the pervert trafficking in young women.
It's cleaning up Washington, right?
Right. So that's the go with him. And if we come back to me, so there's history on this guy, on who Donald is. This is the expert who finds Illuminati hand symbols on people who are dangerous and Masonic and dangerous and Illuminati. So let that be proof for you. That's going to be very hard for you to process. How could Donald Trump be so evil and be running an agenda for the Illuminati? This is how I knew it. They've been talking for years about locking up the swamp and draining the swamp. I bet not many of the swamp get drained through Donald Trump's presidency. It's all talk. It got him elected. Let's see if Hillary and Obama ever go to jail. Let's see if that ever happens. And if it does, well, they'll be let out of jail soon. But we all seen when Epstein went to jail, he was killed. He was assassinated. He had no guards. His guards were asleep. His roommate was moved out of the thing, so he wasn't a witness. There was no cameras in the cell, and he strangled himself. He hung himself on a paper sheet. And the American public and the public just swallowed that and didn't cause an uproar. The American government is corrupt. The world is corrupt. We need some sons of God with some power to rise up and start doing things and changing this world. This idea by Lance Wallnau, Kat Kerrs, Bill Johnson's, that Christians are going to rise up in power and rule and reign in the world and take dominion and run this world and turn this world from wicked to righteous. Which righteous people? Lance Wallnau, you're a false prophet. Jeremiah Johnson, you're a false prophet. You know, some of these major prophets, you're all false prophets. And you're talking a whole lot of garbage that you don't even understand. So I hope that this is disturbing to you. I'd encourage you to go to the description tag to see the source videos for this and see Jeremiah Cohen own website. Go and have a look and do a quick study on the Illuminati signs. Go into his videos about everyone throwing up Illuminati signs. Watch his heaps of videos and be convinced that when Donald Trump does that, it's not glasses, okay? He's not talking about glasses because he's got to say, put your glasses on. But everyone in Illuminati knows exactly what he did there. And this putting your arm in your suit, that they know exactly. He didn't pull out, he put it in and he didn't pull out a piece of paper. He put it in and then pulled it out. And that's Illuminati. And I'm sad to announce it. I certainly wouldn't put Donald Trump in a good favorable position in 20 or 30 of my own books. I'm not going to go and edit my books now, but I know one thing, that the whole of the American people, all the supporters of Trump, are in a total con, and they think that Democrats are so evil, and Democrats are evil, and Republicans are great. Go and do a history of an Illuminati-owned president. You'll find that the Bushes launched wars on Iraq, and the heavy-duty evil Illuminati. You want to go and look at where George Bush Sr. is, go and go down into the bowels of hell and you'll be able to meet him face to face. And same as the politician that was coming out hard against Donald Trump and stuff. Okay, so I hope you've had enough. I'm sorry for this. I apologize. Donald Trump serves the Illuminati, and he's on Lucifer's side.